Deadly violence in the middle of the night.
When news broke
one of their neighbors dead.
of a Portsmouth murder arrest June 8th,
Watching Channel 10,
one Chesapeake man couldn't believe his eyes.
Franklin W. Lane III. And whenever I hear Lane, I automatically, that kind of catches my attention.
Portsmouth police say Lane shot and killed 70-year-old John Noonamaker on Chippewa Trail during an argument. Detectives haven't yet said the circumstances behind the alleged murder.
Now I have a lot of questions, and I don't know how they're going to be answered.
30 minutes from the scene on Chippewa, Charlie Buchanan has spent the last 30 years trying to forget the name Franklin Lane.
This is not supposed to happen in my life.
June 17, 1987,
Heard a gunshot.
Portsmouth police are called out to a home on Sumter Street.
Police found 63-year-old Buck Buchanan's body this afternoon on the living room floor of his South Fairview Estates home.
Leroy Buck Buchanan was a merchant marine who served in World War II.
Good guy.
Oh, the best. He'd do anything for anybody. He really was.
Officers quickly arrested Buchanan's next-door neighbor, Franklin Lane.
He supposedly stabbed my father and beat him. I didn't know it until I read the paper that they beat him so bad he wasn't recognizable.
Lane was charged with capital murder and robbery.
He may have been still alive when Frankie left the house.
Lane told police Buchanan owed him $100.
I was not expecting this. I expected him to outlive me.
The case never went to trial. Lane took a plea deal and the charge was reduced to first-degree murder. 1988, he was sentenced to life in prison.
I always had a bowl of ice cream.
Charlie's now close to the age when his father was taken.
That's the way I remember him. I look better than he does, but anyway.
The years passed. The pain started to lift until 2012 when Charlie got a letter in the mail letting him know that Lane was getting paroled after 25 years.
I figured life was life. You know, I won't have to deal with this anymore.
10 on Your Side called the Virginia Parole Board. We were told that Lane was a model offender while behind bars. In March 2012, the 5-member board, appointed by then-Governor Bob McDonnell, voted for his release. Months later, he walked out of prison and was placed on a lifetime of supervision. Parole Board Chairwoman Adrienne Bennett says he's been exemplary on supervision since returning to society. The Virginia General Assembly abolished parole in 1995, meaning criminal defendants sentenced to prison after 1995 have no opportunity for parole at all. Since Lane was sentenced before then, he was still eligible.
A few times I thought that I would like to look him in the face. Just ask him why.
Lane finds himself now back behind bars, awaiting his day in court. He declined 10 on Your Side's requests for an on-camera interview.
I just didn't want to be reminded that he was murdered.
But Charlie Buchanan now relives that day. The day 30 years ago when he learned his father was gone.
This has brought it all back, you know, the how he met his end. He'd still be kicking around. Frankie Lane hadn't ended it for him.
Jason Marks, 10 on Your Side.